Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be another Get Naked With Me video, and by that I mean Urban Decay Naked. And this is just a video where I use one of the naked palettes from the Urban Decay Naked collections and just do, I would say, well, this is kind of glam, but a look that you can pretty much go out in. Sometimes I do see that we tend to do a lot of the blush, highlight, contour, liner, fake lashes, and this look took about, I would say, 15 minutes. Of course, it's longer because I talk, I stop, but honestly, these looks that I do for work like this take me anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes tops, and I'm out the door. So this series is for that working woman or that person that just wants to go out and doesn't want to do a full face of makeup. I do have my Bare Minerals on, which is what I usually wear to work because it just does not feel like foundation. And I did bronze my skin, but I didn't contour. I don't have fake lashes on. I don't even have eyeliner. I just tight lined underneath because I do that for work. So that is what this series is about. And I also want to encourage people to use the makeup they have because Urban Decay Naked line has been around for a while. So I do think people still have these palettes. Now, as new ones come out, because of the collector in me, I am going to be picking them up and then testing them out here on my channel. So of course this one will be on the newer one, but I do plan on filming a lot of videos in the future with like the 1, 2. I haven't even tried out the 3. I've said it before, my favorite ones so far have been the Smoky and the Heat, and I am going to say that I enjoy this one too. I do think that the formula changed with the Smoky Eye one and Heat, and I also think that that's why they look similar, the packaging. So they all do come in this carton box, but the one is that velvet felt, like more of that felt one. The 2 and 3 is more of that tin. The Smoky and the Heat are pretty similar to which I'm gonna pull out. This is my favorite packaging. It's also my favorite formula, and also has my favorite brushes. The brushes vary. I would say from 1 to 3, it's been that same dual-ended, but it's got the flat, smaller shader brush and then the bigger one. And then the newer ones have the blending brush and then this pencil brush, which I have done eye looks using just this brush because I will use this to pack on the color on my lid, and I will use this as my crease brush, and then I will use this in the corner and underneath. So I think these are really great brushes. I know a lot of people don't like them, but if you are on a budget and you have been eyeing this, I mean, I think you can do a complete look with these, which is another reason why I think these are great. This does retail for, I believe, $49. You can get it online on the Urban Decay site as well as Ulta. I'm not sure if Sephora has it, but I know I got an email from Ulta. I picked mine up on the Urban Decay website because I had $10 off from shopping there previously. So I did pick it up with them because I got it for 39 bucks. And then because it was a new release, they were offering free shipping. So this is what the palette looks like. And I really like the colors. They did lean more on like a mauvey pink side. And I know people said that this looked a lot like the 3, and I do not agree with that at all. The 3 is a little bit more on a cooler side. I mean, they're just not. I just don't find them to be the same. Maybe like this half has similarities, but no, I don't think if you have the 3, you have this palette. I think there's, again, similarities, but I don't think, I've played with the Naked Heat quite a bit. I use this, I like to do looks when I go out with the Heat and the Smoky Eye. And I didn't find them to be the same. There are similar colors, but I actually like Ashes in the Heat and wish they would have put it here. This is more of a brown and Ashes. So my camera overheated, and I think I was talking about the differences between Privacy and Ashes, just because Ashes, it's like a deeper burgundy color in my opinion. And I think it would have gone really nicely in this palette, maybe more on the cherry purple side, so that it wouldn't have been an exact match. But this one's actually more lighter brown. And I have swatches. I don't know where I'm going to stick this part because my intro's already a million years long and I feel like this should be going towards the end with the review. So we're just going to go. So without further ado, let's hop into the eye tutorial. Alright, we are all zoomed in and I did prep my eyes using the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. And I have my brows done and I prepped my face, and those items will be listed below. I am going to go into the color Bing. I want to stay in this deeper side. I'm going to go into the color Bing with a fluffy brush and I am going to blend that into the crease. And I do think that the formula on the smoky eye and the heat are better than the 1 and 2. I haven't dipped into the 3 yet. I have it there to test out and play with. And there is kick up. There's not as much kick up on the 1 and 2 because I say it and I'll say it again. I feel like when they blend out the way they are, like this is just blending out so easy. You're gonna get kick up. Pretty much, I would say 80% of my palettes have kick up. So I don't know of any that don't have kick up. Some have more than others. Like I know the ABH, but again, those blend really well. So I am just using a back and forth motion and blending that out. For work, when I am in a rush, I might do something like this all over my lid and then just take like a shimmery shade and pop it, and that's it. So I would take Bing and blend it and then take it down and then take the color like Young Love. And Young Love is that shimmery shade, whereas Bing is more of the matte, and I'll just pop Young Love on my lid and I'm out the door. So that is a quick look, but I'm gonna at least, just because I want to test this out, I'm gonna dip into a couple of the colors. So next I am gonna go into the color Devilish, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this because this is a pretty decent tapered brush, and I'm gonna pick up the color Devilish and I'm going to concentrate that more in the center. That is deeper. So I know some people said that the colors were similar. And this is blending out very, very pretty as well. And then I'm going to go back into Bing and just kind of, like usual, marry those together. I am going to take that Young Love color just because it is so pretty. So with a small shader brush, this is just a Lamora, I'm going to go into Young Love and I'm going to try it first without wetting it and pack it on the lid, and then I will wet the brush. And I do think that the Urban Decay is more for like your everyday consumer. Like I really like their formula, but they're not like an intense, crazy, glittery, like maybe the new Desi and Katie Dose of Color, or even Anastasia, like the Soft Glam, because the Soft Glam has some really pretty chunky, like not chunky in a bad way, it's just you can really see it. And I find like this is very pretty, but this isn't something like, this isn't something that's gonna be over the top. Yeah, it's a deep color, but the metallic is a very nice smooth finish. So I think a lot of people who review on YouTube should also stop sometimes and think of it in the sense of the everyday consumer. Like, is this something that they're gonna wear to work? I mean, I work a full-time job. This is an outlet for me. This is a hobby. I mean, I think it'd be pretty amazing if it was my job, but I tend to look at stuff, like I have palettes that are my work palettes because like I find that Anastasia ones are more intense. I'm gonna take a bigger shader brush because that little one just didn't cover a lot of area. Let's see if this intensifies it. Oh yes. So there are some that are just so intense that you don't need to wet your brush. I can't remember which palette I tested out recently where it was intense and you didn't need to wet your brush. But I like when palettes, like I said, like look at the difference. So this is with it not wet, and then this is with it wet. It's more metallic, and I might not want that for work. So like I might do this because it's also quicker. And then when I go out, I'll want this more metallic look. So I know I said I was gonna do a more wearable look, and this is actually getting to be, not that I wouldn't wear this to work, but it's getting to be very like pink. So now I am going to take the color Privacy, which is this deep color, just because I always like to deepen the corner of my eye. I have deep set eyes, and also they're kind of hooded down here, so I like to lift them and get a little more depth in the corners. So I do that by deepening it. And there is a little bit of fallout with that color. I didn't have any fallout with the other ones, but I don't typically do my face first with any shadows. Again, most of my shadows have fallout. Not all of them. Natasha did it. I was pretty impressed. I can't wait to try the Mini Star palette. So that was a pretty, again, like that was a pretty fast look. I'm done. And I used 4 shades. You didn't have to use Devilish. I wanted that effect of like from light to dark, and then I could be done. But again, I like to really blend out looks, especially, you know, when I'm done, then I go back in. So I'm going to go back into Bing, and I did ever so lightly back into Bing, and then just, and then I'm gonna go back into Devilish, and I'm just like very lightly, because these are pretty pigmented. I've seen reviews where people say like that Urban Decay is like that hard shadow, and I do think the older ones are. And again, I still think you can create beautiful looks, especially if you're not someone who wants anything too intense. But the newer formula, I would have to disagree, because I do think it's different. It's more of those softer, blendable shades. And again, I'm just doing what I always do. This is how I always do my makeup, and that is to just, after I do it, I kind of just blend everything together. And these don't muddy together like I've had palettes that do. These colors are pretty much staying where I put them. And I am going to take this hot spot color right here. And I always do this. I take a light color, and I always put, even if I put a highlight, I always just put a light color and just kind of blend it on the top to soften any harsh lines. And then I'll go back in with my fluffy brush that still has some of that color, and then go over that. All right, so that is how it looks so far. I am going to finish and then come back, and then we will finish under the eyes and add a lip. Okay, so for my foundation, I just used my Bare Minerals because that's usually what I use for work. I only used bronzer, like I didn't put a blush on. Again, I wanted this to be more about the eye look. So let's go ahead and finish that up. So I'm gonna go into Bing, and I'm basically just going to mirror what I did on top on the bottom. And then tighter and closer to my waterline, I'm gonna do Devilish. Now that's the only thing about doing your under eye, is if there's fallout, it falls down, which I'm getting a little bit. This look here is very leaning on like the pink side. I don't think cherries. Like the corner, I think of black cherry maybe. All right, and then I'm just gonna flip this around and kind of smoke it a little bit. Smoke it out. And then with the same brush, I'm just gonna take Devilish and get closer to my waterline. Again, I didn't do a wing liner because I don't always do wing liners to work, and I want to keep these looks more on the quick and wearable side, and I'm not good with wing liners, so I did tight line and smudge the top because I do think if I don't do liner and I don't wear lashes, I do like to tight line. So I did with this Urban Decay Rockstar color. It's like a deep purple color, and I am going to use that on my waterline as well. Okay, so then once you do that, try this. This is the Perversion. This is a deluxe sample. I think it was Samantha March who talks about this mascara and how nice it is. I don't typically, I like these fluffy brushes, but I prefer more of the brush that lengthens. One of the more recent mascaras that I've really been enjoying is the Roller Lash. I think by Benefit, and it's really nice. It does curl my lashes. I think with the second coat, I was a little like, but this eye came out really nice. So let's go ahead and add a second coat to that. I don't wear falsies to work. I only wear falsies when I go out somewhere. They bother me. So if I can intensify my lashes, which you probably can't see because I have very fine hair, I will. But if you're here in person, you can see them. They're not big, fluffy lashes by any means, but I'm gonna do the lower lash. And then for lipstick, I'm upset because this Back Talk set came with a lip liner and I can't find it for the life of me, and I've been looking everywhere. So I'm gonna use this 1993 by Urban Decay that came in another little set, and they were on sale for like 15 bucks, and you got the lipstick and you got the liner. This one's a little more brown, and then the Back Talk is a little bit more of a mauve pink. So let's see how this combination works. This is like pretty much the color of my lips. I definitely think I would have liked the liner. I think this lip color complements the eye look really well. Zoom you out a little bit. So I did try to like wear something that was very like dark cherries or whatever, and that's what I thought the eye look would be, more of this burgundy color, but you probably could achieve that if you know, because Privacy is a little bit more on the brown side. So this palette is beautiful. I like the look I came out with, but I do think they could have added like a real deep burgundy, because that Privacy color is just it's a little bit, let's swatch it. It just seems a little bit on the brown side. See, it's brown compared to my shirt. I feel like they really could have, and then let me swatch Devilish, like put in a more deeper, like this deeper. I don't see the need for this brown. I like Devilish, and I just think they should have did like this burgundy color in a more deeper color, and I think that would have really made this palette nice. Also, maybe not like a crazy red, but a nice, like that classic red, not fire red, because I don't know that I'd want that on my eye, but like that nice deep classic red color. I think if they would have added a deep burgundy and a classic red color, this would have been a Cherry's palette. But I did like this look that I came out with. The formula was great. It blended out very pretty. It leans a little bit more, I would say, on the pink side, or mauve side. And I like these other like lighter shades. I just think maybe they could have changed out Caution, Turn On, even though I do think Turn On is a very beautiful color, and I will be playing with it, but I know I have this color throughout my collection. And I just think that Privacy should have been a more deep burgundy color. It's just, it leans too brown for me. I just want to check. Yeah, like it reminds me of Ashes. I think that's what I was saying, that like there's one color. Let me swatch it. So I'm gonna put Ashes right next to. Ashes is deeper, but see, even Ashes it has, to me, Ashes has a little bit more. This is Ashes, which is really pretty, but it's got like, I don't know, a more chocolate, like this is even closer to the burgundy on my shirt than this Privacy color. So just a couple of things I would have changed out of it. I do think I can get a lot of looks with it. I think I still like the Urban Decay Heat more. I have maybe a few cross shades that you might consider similar, but there are differences. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, again, I don't know what you're waiting for, and click that notification bell so you know when I upload. And until next time, guys, bye.